Hello and welcome back guys to the another video of the Java tutorial series. So today onwards we are covering OOPS in Java. Okay, so what is OOPS? OOPS is nothing but the object-oriented programming language, and Simula is considered to be the first object-oriented programming language, and someone says Smalltalk is considered the first fully truly object-oriented programming language. Okay, so in today's world, you can see C++, PHP, Python, and C Sharp, Java are the popular object-oriented programming languages over there. And so, yes, first of all, object means the real-world entity such as pen, chair, table, computer, watch. Anything you see, like windows, bed, are the object. Object-oriented programming is a methodology of the paradigm to design a program using classes and object. What is classes and object? We will cover in the our upcoming videos. We will go in step by steps. Okay, and it simplifies the software development and maintenance by providing some concepts such as object, classes, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, encapsulation. So these are some features of the object-oriented programming languages. And here you can see one nice diagram is there, and we will go in such a way, in this way also. Okay, well, we will cover first object, then class, then inheritance, polymorphism, then abstraction, and then encapsulation. Okay, we'll cover in depth each one of these. Okay, so before going into the OOPS concepts, there are some naming convention that you should follow so that your code looks nice and clean. Okay, so the Java naming convention is a rule to follow as you decide what to name your identifiers such as class, package, variable, constant, method. Till now you have seen we are giving some names to the variables, some name to the classes. So there are some naming conventions declared by the Sun microsystem or the Netscape, which we should follow so that our code should be maintainable and readable to the other users also. Okay, uh, since here you can see the second point, but it is not forced to follow. Okay, you are not forced to follow it, but it is known as convention, not rules. Okay, these conventions are suggested by the several Java communities such as Java, Sun Microsystems, and Netscape, as I've said to you. All classes, interfaces, and packages, methods, and fields of the Java programming language are given according to the Java naming conventions. Okay, if you fail to follow this convention, it may generate confusions. As I said, it may generate confusion to the person who is reading your code, and it may be get some error, not errors, ambiguity. Yes. So let's talk about some advantages that you get in using the object-oriented programming languages. So first of all, OOPS makes the development and maintenance easier, whereas in procedure-oriented programming language, it is not easy to manage if the code grows as project size increases. Okay, so what is procedure-oriented programming language? The languages such as C are the procedure-oriented programming languages, and languages like Java are the object-oriented programming language. We will cover in depth in our upcoming videos. Okay. OOPS provides the data hiding, whereas in procedure-oriented programming language, global data can be accessed from anywhere. For the data hiding, we can use abstractions. Abstraction is a feature of the object-oriented programming languages, which allows us to hide the complexity. Okay. And third one is OOPS provides the ability to simulate the real-world event more effectively. Okay. 1 second, guys. Okay, so where we are, so these are some naming convention that you should follow while writing your code, and I have talked about the advantages also. Today we are starting with our very first concept of the object-oriented programming languages, that is objects and classes. So in this video we will be covering objects and classes. So let's just get started. So first of all, I will be covering objects, then I will cover class. Okay. So what is object? An object is an entity that has a state, a behavior is known as object. For example, chair, bike, marker, pen, everything you see surrounding you is an object in a real world entity, right? It can be physical or the logical. Okay, the example of an intangible object is a banking system that we have done project on it, as if you have watched or following the series. Okay, so what are the characteristics of the object? A state represents the data of an object, and the behavior represents the behavior of an object, such as deposit, withdraw. This is related to the banking application that project we have done in our previous videos. Okay, and identity, it is used internally by the JVM to identify each object uniquely. So this is identity is the just a JVM part that it handles to identify the each object uniquely in Java. Okay. First we will see the theoretical part of the object and the class. Then we will get into our IDE and see how class and objects are declared inside the code. Okay, so what is a class? A class is a group of objects, fields, methods, constructors, blocks, or nested classes and interfaces. These all kinds of methods, constructors that you wrote in Java, you put it inside a class, and a class holds all these fields. Okay, and a class, it is a template or a blueprint from which objects are created, and it is a logical entity, and it can't be physical. Okay, so I will explain you one by one what I have to speak right now. Okay, so let me just open my IDE. uh, by the way, guys, if you are enjoying this series, so please like, share, and subscribe to the channel also. Okay. Okay, okay, wait. Hey, this is the code of the project which we have done previously. Okay, if you have not watched this video, go and watch it. Okay, so here let me just create a new Java class name. What should I name this? Classes and objects. Okay. Okay, let me just increase the font size, and let me just get my main method. Okay, so here you can see one class is declared. Okay, public class, classes, and objects. Okay, so as I have taught you over here in my notes. Okay, it holds methods, constructors, blocks, and nested classes. So right now this class is holding one main method. Main is the method name. Okay, and what here we have written, it is holding method constructor. Okay, class is nothing but the one place where you in which you have writing methods, all those interfaces and code. Okay, and here I can do whatever I want, like just I will print one statement, hello world, and if I click here, okay, so it will get that class and it will run that class. Okay, just wait, let me run this class. Okay, so here you can see hello world is getting printed on the console. What internally Java does is our class is this classes and objects. Okay, dot Java. This is our file, and whenever I click on the run button, it converts that dot Java file, this file, into a dot class file. The dot class file is then again used by the JVM, and it is converted into the byte code, which is the machine understandable code, and our code get executed in the console. Okay, so this is the behind the scene how this works. Okay, and now I will give you one example of the object also, so that you can understand clearly. Instead of writing here, I will wait. Okay, forgot. Let me just create one new class for you so that you can understand clearly. Okay, so this is our class, and here wait, let me just create one method. Okay, print, this method is doesn't accepting anything, and this method is simply printing hello world message on the screen. Okay, so I have created another class named objects, and one method is there inside this class named print, and this method is doing nothing, just simply printing the hello world on the screen. Okay, so let me just clear it out, comment it out. And how to create an object. Okay, so this is one part. Listen carefully. So to create an object, you have to write the class name. Oops, sorry, objects, and then you have to write the what name you are giving to the object. Okay, so name can be anything like this, anything you want, you name that object. Okay, so I will name this as obj1 because this is my first object, so you can write anything. Okay, so after that, here you can see we have also created this object during our project itself. Okay, uh, after that you have to write new, then again the class name and this. Okay, so you'll be wondering why I have not passed over something over here, because if you are following the series, you can see we have passed something over here. That's because we have created one constructor of this class. We will cover in depth what are the constructor in our upcoming videos also. Okay, so now for till now you just understand how to create an object. Okay, so this is we just have to write the class name, the object name, and then new keyword is used to memory allocation of that object. Okay, and after that, using that object I can call all those methods and constructors which are written inside that class. Okay, so I will write obj1 dot sprint. Okay, so here you can see, and I will just click on this run button, and here you can see again hello world is getting printed on the console. I have commented out this. Let me just run it again so that you guys can understand clearly. Okay, hello world is printed on the console. How it is working internally, just look at here. One object is the class name. We created object1. We use the new keyword to allocate the memory of the to our object, and using that object we have called one print method of that class. Okay, one print method is here, and call get executed call gets over here. Void print is called and executed, and inside this we have written one print statement, and that is hello world, and this hello world is getting printed on the console. The program execution comes here, and main methods gets over and our program gets terminated. Okay, so this is pretty much about the classes and objects in Java. So I hope you guys have got some idea about the classes and objects in Java. Today we are covering methods in Java. And so in general, a method is a way to perform some tasks. Similarly, the method in Java is a collection of the instructions that performs a specific task. Like if you want to perform a set of instruction multiple times, you can make it as a one method, and you can call that method again and again whenever you want. Okay, and it provides the reusability of the code, and we can easily modify the code using methods. So basically there are two types of methods in Java. One is predefined and one is user defined methods in Java. Okay, so we will talk first. Let me just talk about the main method. Okay, so just the main method that we have written over here, that is public static void main. This is the main method, and this is the entry point where our Java code is getting executed first, line by line. Okay, so in general, this is the structure or the syntax of the methods: public int sum int a and b, where the public is the access specifier, int is the return type, and sum is the method name, and integer a comma integer b inside this circular braces are parameter list, and all together this is a method header, and inside the curly braces we will write the method body and the method signature. Okay, so we will cover in our upcoming videos what is access specifier, method name. So till now, just see, one access specifier should be there, one return type of of that method should be there, and method name should be there, and inside the circular basis, the parameters which the method is accepting, that we have to write over there. Okay, so first type is predefined methods. Okay, so predefined methods are nothing but the methods which are already defined inside the Java. Okay, the methods which are already defined in Java, and Java class libraries is known as the predefined methods, and it is also known as the standard library methods or the built-in methods. So we will see some examples of this predefined methods also when we code it, and some user defined method also. User defined methods are methods which are defined by us to perform some set of instructions. Okay, and let's look into the types of methods. Okay, well, first one is the static method, a method that is static keyword is used is known as a static method. In other words, a method that belongs to a class rather than the instance of the class is known as a static method. What I have said is assume it like whenever we create a class, we create an object of that class, and when we create the object of the class, the memory is allocated to that class. If you not create if we not create the object of that class, the memory is not getting allocated to that class. And when we create a method as static method, it belongs to the class rather than the instance of the class. Instance of the class is the object of the class. Okay, and we can also create the static method by using the keyword static before the method name. Okay, so next one is instance method. The method of that class is known as the instance method. It is non-static method defined inside the class. It is a normal method which is declared inside the class, and it is not static one. Before calling or invoking the instance method, it is necessary to create an object of its class. Like here you can see in our previous video, we have created one class and we have created object of that class, and then only we can uh, call that print method which is written inside this object class. Okay, so this is an example of the instance method. And third one is the abstract method. The abstract method does not have any body, and it is known as abstract method. And in other words, without an implementation, it is known as the abstract method. It means we just declare the method inside a class which is abstract, and the implementation part of that method is done inside another class or another method. Okay, it always declares it as a abstract class. We will cover this abstract class in our inheritance and encapsulation oops concepts. There you can get this abstract method more clearly, and it means the class itself must be abstract if it has abstract methods. If you want to declare a method as abstract, the class in which the method is declared should be abstract. Okay, to create an abstract method, we use abstract keyword before it. Okay, so let's get into our IDE and see some example of it. Okay, let me give you example of the predefined methods. Okay, so here I can declare integer a. mm, will assign it as value 0, and let me just create one scanner so that I can take the input from the user. Okay, and now here if I write a is equals to sc dot next int. Okay, so here we did nothing. We just declared one variable a, and we have taken input from the user and assign it to the value a. Okay, so here I can write something like okay, so wait here, let me just see. Yes, if you want to get a maximum element from an array, we can just simply write out the maximum number is, and I will concat it with math dot max of, let's suppose I will write 10 comma a. Okay, so here you can see math is a class which is written inside the lang package. Main package is Java, and inside which one more package is there named lang, and inside lang package we have math class, and inside math class one max method is there. Here you can see one public static int max, int a, int b, and we are passing two parameters to it. One is 10 and one is a. A is value we are input to the program, and it will compare the both the integer values, and it will return the value which is greater with the maximum. Okay, so this is the example of the predefined methods in Java. Let me just run this. Here you can see hello world is getting printed, and it was asking for a number. So if I enter 5, it should give me the output. The maximum number is 10, because when we compare 10 and 5, the 10 is the greater one. Or let me just run it again, and I will give input such as 15. Here you can see the maximum number is 15, because 15 is greater than 10. Okay, so this is the example of the predefined methods, and for the user defined methods we have already did it. Here you can see this is one user defined method. I have written some set of instruction in this. Okay, and I have created one object of that class, and we are calling that method using that object of that class. Okay, so today we will be covering constructors in Java. So what are constructor in Java? A constructor is a block of codes similar to the method. It is called when the instance of the class is created. That means whenever you create an object, the constructor will get automatically called. Okay, at the time of the calling of the constructor, memory for the object is allocated inside the memory. Okay, whenever we create an object, the memory is get allocated to that class inside the memory. Okay, and the rules for the creating a constructor in Java, there are two rules defined for the constructor. Constructor name must be same as that of the class name. uh, let's suppose you have created one class name ABC. Okay, ABC, and inside that class, if you want to declare the constructor for that class, then the constructor should be ABC, and whether that constructor is accepting the parameter, it depends upon you. And inside this you will write code for that constructor. Okay, constructor goes here. We will see in our coding part also in detail. And second rule is a Java constructor cannot be abstract, static, final, or synchronized. You cannot use these keywords before declaring the constructor, like abstract A. Here you can see abstract ABC, final ABC, static ABC. This is not allowed in Java. You have to if you want to create a constructor for that class, simply write the class name, and inside the circular basis you will write the parameter that constructor is accepting. Okay, so there are basically two types of constructor in Java. One is default constructor, and one is parameterized constructor. So let's first see what is default constructor. Let me get into my IDE, and I will create one new Java class named constructor. Let me increase the font size. I will write main method here. Okay, I will declare one another class ABC. I will get that example itself, and inside this, if I want to create one default constructor, one default constructor is nothing but a constructor that is called default when it doesn't have any parameter. Okay, so if I write this like this, and if I inside this, if I write south hello world. Okay, so here you can see we have declared one constructor for that ABC class, and inside the circular basis we have not passing any parameter to it. Okay, so this is an example for the default constructor. To invoke this constructor, we will simply go in our main method and create an object for this class. Okay, one thing I am missing: naming convention in Java. Class name should always start from the capital letter ABC. Okay, now it's correct. If I want to create an object, as we have discussed in our previous video, if you want to create an object, simply write the class name, write the object name that you want, new ABC, and inside here I'm not passing any parameter because the constructor of that class doesn't accepting any parameter. Okay, in new line I will just, now I will not do anything. I will just create that object and simply run this program. Now here you can see in console hello world is getting printed. Okay, why this is so? Because we are created an object of that. Okay, so now we will look into the parameterized constructor. So constructor which has the specific number of the parameters is known as a parameterized constructor. And we will see one example of the parameterized constructor over here. And okay, let me give you one example. If I write like this, okay, so if I write integer a comma integer b. Okay, now here you can see IntelliJ IDEA is throwing error because it was telling me expected two arguments but found zero. Now this is an example of the parameterized constructor where the constructor of a class is accepting some parameters, and we need to pass that parameter inside their constructor whenever we create an object of that class. Okay, now I will pass here something 15, sorry, 15 comma 20. Okay, this constructor is accepting two integer values, and I have passed 15 and 20 to the constructor. Okay, and inside this constructor we will be doing some operation using that two integers. Let me just print a plus b, print a minus b, print a into b, print a divided by b. These are some basic mathematical operation that I have performed here. The purpose of telling this is whenever you create an object, the parameterized constructor, we have to pass that parameters to that constructor there itself, and the constructor will get those parameters values and process the information according to this. Okay, and now if I run this, it will print me. Okay, so here you can see 20 plus 15 is 35, a minus b, that is 15 minus 20 is minus 5, a into b is 20 into 15 is 300, and a divided by b, 15 divided by 20 is it is giving me 0 because I have both the variables are in integer, and answer is always coming if the both the operators are integer, answer is also coming in integer itself. Okay, so this is pretty much about the default and parameterized constructor. Let me check if I'm missing something. Okay, we have to see one difference between the constructor and methods, because here you can see the constructor is not different, pretty much different from the method, because in method also we would write the return type, and if I write a b c, and this is our method, there is no difference between this method and constructor. So let's see the difference. A constructor is used to initialize the state of an object, and whereas the method is used to expose the behavior of an object. Okay, and the method must have a return type. The constructor must not have a return type. Here you can see we didn't write any return statement for the constructor, and for that method we have to write the return statement unless and until the method return type is void. Okay, and the constructor is invoked implicitly, because whenever we create an object, we don't writing any like this obj dot abc. We are not writing like this. This is we are writing only for the methods. Okay, and methods are called using this object name. Okay, the methods invoke explicitly. In Java, compiler provides a default constructor if you don't have any constructor in a class, and the method is not provided by the compiler in any case. The constructor must have the same name as that of the class name. Here you can see abc is there, and constructor name is also abc, and the method name may vary, or may or may not be same as the class name. You can write it as same as that of the class name, or you can give any name whatever you want. Okay, so this is pretty much about the difference between the constructor and method. Today we are covering static keyword in Java. So the static keyword in Java used for the memory management purpose only, and we can apply the static keyword with variables, methods, block, nested classes. Like so for example, one method is there abc. I can write static abc. One variable I have to declare integer a, static int a, That is how I can do it. And the static keyword belongs to the class that an instance of the class. Okay, the static can be a variable can be static and a method can be static. Okay, so we will see some basic syntax how the static variable is declared inside the class. Let's suppose we have class student, and inside this integer roll number, variable name roll number is there of type int, string name, and college, string college its. This is a simple class with that we have declared an example of static variable. Okay, we will see one example in our IDE, and before that you have to, here is a pictorial representation of the how static key variables are work. Okay, so here we have declared two variables s1 and s2, and inside the stack memory s1 and s2 are there, and heap memory is there. S1 and S2 are object of that class student, and here you can see we have created two objects S1 and S2 inside stack memory, and inside heap memory ID 111 is there, and name current for S1 object, and for S2 object ID 222 and name Aryan is there. Okay, and inside okay, wait a minute guys. Okay, so where we are here, we have created two objects s1 and s2, and we have assigned the value for id and name for each of the objects. And here you can see one static variable called college of type string is declared, and college name is its. Okay, so this is the class area, and this is how the static variables are work. College its is assigned to both of those objects s1 and s2. Okay, and these objects are separate. The college name its is separate. This is not inside the heap memory, this is actually inside the class area. This is how the static variables work, and we will see one example of the static method so that you can understand it clearly. Okay, wait. Okay, so let's get into our IDE and see one example of the static method. Okay, so here I am inside my IDE. Let me just click here, new Java class, and I will declare it as, okay, wait, static method. Okay, and inside this I will write, let me just increase the font size. Okay, and now it, okay, so here I have declared one static method. Let me import my main method. Yes, okay, now okay, let me get here inside this. Okay, let me create one class name as calculate. Oh wait, let me do all those stuffs inside this itself. Okay, I will declare one static variable int cubex. Okay, not this. You know what, let me get another example so that you guys can understand it more clearly. Okay, let me just create class student. Our this one, this I am taking this example itself. Okay, class student is example. Okay, so that you guys can understand more clearly. Okay, and I will declare one int roll number, and after that string name for holding the student name, and I will declare one static variable here, static string college is equal to its. Okay, I have declared it as a static, so this will be stored inside the class area, not the heap memory, and all the objects are get into the stack area. Okay, here, and after this I will write static, oops, sorry, static void change This is one method, and I'm changing my college name to something known as, let's suppose, BBDIT. This is a random string. Okay, and here I will declare one constructor for this class. So I hope you guys know how to declare the constructor, how to create a constructor. And for this constructor I'm requiring two parameters. One is R represents as the roll number of the student, and the string N represents the name of the student. Okay, and now inside this I will assign those values to the variables that I've declared over here, R and name equals to N. Okay, so now I have created one variable, declared the constructor. Okay. Now I will create another method named void display, and inside this method I will just print my roll number. And okay, so I will write roll number, concat it with the roll number that we have declared over there, and again name, and I will assign the name it as name. Okay, this is pretty much this method is going to do. And inside my main class, that is this static method class where we have declared our main method, I will create one variable sorry, not variable, object. Okay, I will create the object of that class. I will write student dot, first of all, change. Okay, and after that I will create student s1. I will create first object of this class, and I have to pass two parameters, because the constructor is accepting the two parameters over here. Over here you can see one is type of string and one is type of integer. So let's suppose I'm writing 0 1 as my roll number of that student, and name of that student is something Harry. And I will create two more object of this class. One goes here, one goes here. I have to give some different name to this object, s1, s2, s3, and these students have roll numbers like this, and one's name is Jay, one's name is Viru. Okay, so these are the students, and I have created those variable objects also. Now I have to display the name and roll number of the students. For that I have created a separate function or the method, s1 dot display, s2 dot display, s3 dot display. Okay, all these methods will called, and according to that roll number and name of the student gets printed on the console. Okay, now if I run this code, oops, sorry, I have run the previous code itself. Let me run this one. Oh, okay, so here you can see roll number 1 name Harry, roll number 2 name Jay, roll number 3 name Viru. Okay, and now let me hide this terminal. This is pretty much about the static keyword and static variable, and I hope you guys have got some idea about the static keyword. Hello and welcome back to the another video of the Java tutorial series. So till now we have covered class objects and I guess static keyword in Java. and today onwards we will be learning inheritance in Java. So I will be dividing inheritance in two videos. In this video we will be talking about the theoretical part of the inheritance. What is inheritance, why it is required, and what are the different terms which are used in the inheritance. And in the second video we will be discussing about the types of inheritance, because there are basically five types in are there in inheritance, and we will be discussing each type using the code example. Okay, so let's just get started. So what is inheritance? Inheritance in Java is a mechanism in which one object acquires all the property and the behavior of the parent object. So basically there are two terms are here: subclass or the child class or the parent class. Okay, parent class is the class whose properties are inherited by the child class. Child class uses the property which are declared inside the parent class, and it is important it is an important part of the object oriented programming system. And inheritance represents the is a relationship which is also known as parent child relationship. Okay, and you may ask why to use inheritance in Java. Okay, so there are basically two reasons for method overriding. So that we will discuss what is method overriding in our upcoming videos. Basically, it is used to achieve the runtime polymorphism in Java, and for the reusability. Code reusability means, suppose you have declared some variable and the methods inside the parent class, and those methods and variables are required for you to write in the another class. uh, and then instead of writing those variables and methods again and again, you can just inherit the properties of that method and variable from the parent class to the child class. In that case, one becomes the parent class whose properties getting inherited, and child class becomes the class who's inheriting the property. Okay, so there are different terms which are used in inheritance. One is class. A class is a group of objects which have common properties. It is a template or blueprint from which objects are created, as we have discussed in our previous videos. And subclass and the child class. Subclass is a class which inherits the other class. As I have told you, the child class will inherit the properties from the parent class, and superclass slash parent class is the class whose properties are getting inherited by the child classes. And reusability, as the name specifies, reusability is a mechanism which gives you to reuse the fields and the methods of the existing class when you create a new class, and you can use the same fields and methods already defined in the previous class. So for achieving the inheritance in Java, we have the syntax. We have to write this syntax: class, subclass name. You can write here the subclass name. And extend is the keyword which is used to achieve the inheritance in Java, and the superclass name. And inside the curly braces, you can write or inherit the properties which you want to inherit from the parent class. Okay, so this is pretty much about the inheritance in Java theoretical part. From the next video onwards, we will be looking into the types of the inheritance. There is single, multi-level, hierarchical, multiple, and hybrid. There are five types of inheritance in Java. And one more thing, multiple inheritance in Java is not supported, and we can still achieve it. But there is one concept that you to know how to achieve the multiple inheritance in Java. That also we will be looking into the when we are going into the abstraction and encapsulation part. Okay, so for now, this is pretty much about the inheritance in Java. And hello and welcome back to the another video of the Java tutorial series. So today we are seeing inheritance in Java part 2, wherein we will be discussing each and every type of inheritance in Java. There are basically five types are there: single, multi-level, hierarchical, multiple, and hybrid. And as you know, multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. We'll discuss why not it is not supported in Java in our later videos. But for now, we will see in this video, particularly we will seeing into single and multi-level inheritance in Java. So let me just open my IDE. Okay, so here you can see single level inheritance is nothing but one class is inheriting the properties of another class. Like class A is parent class here, and class B is inheriting the property of the class A. Okay, so we'll see one short example of single level inheritance. I will just write a new class, inheritance. Let me increase the font size. I will import the main method, and now I will declare one method inside this. For that, before that, I will create one class called animal. Inside this class, I will declare one method name as eat, and this method is not accepting any parameters, and return type is also void. That's why it is not returning anything else. I will just print eating. Now I will create another class name as dog, and as we discussed in our early video, for implementing the inheritance we use the keyword extends. I will write extends animal. So here dog is a subclass or the child class, and animal is the parent class or the superclass. Okay, and the dog class is inheriting the properties which are properties of the animal class. Now I will create one method here name as bark, and I will just simply print barking. Okay, now inside my main class, that is the inheritance class, and inside my main method I will create the object of the dog class. Let me call it as dog1 is equals to new dog. Okay, and I have created the object of the class, and I will write d dot bark, that takes the dog1 dot bark, and dog1 dot eat. Sorry. And now if I run this class, mm, here you can see barking and eating is getting printed on the console, because in animal class, that is the parent class, we have written the void method, void eat method, which is printing eating on the console, and inside the dog we have a bark method, and which is printing barking. And using the object of the dog class, that is dog1, we are just calling the method bark and eat. So here you can see we are written the implementation part of the eat method inside the animal class, that is the parent class, and still we are using it by the creating the object of the dog class, because we have inherited the properties of the animal class inside the dog class. That's why. So this is a simple example of the single level in inheritance. And next we have multi-level inheritance. So let me just go here, and I will create one another class name as multi-level inheritance. Let me just increase the font size. We'll write my main method, and as you can see here, multi-level inheritance is nothing but multiple classes are inheriting the properties. As you can see here, class C is inheriting the properties of the class B, and class B is inheriting the properties of class A. Okay, so we'll try to implement this inside our code. So I will take the same example as we have taken for the single level inheritance. I will just copy this animal class inside this class. Okay, why is throwing error? Duplicate class found in Acha. Oh, sorry, we have already written this animal class over here, and let me just comment this out so that IntelliJ IDEA will not throw the errors. Okay, here we have this animal class, and one dog class is also I require. I will just copy this dog class also. Okay, and I will require another class so that I can have three classes which are inheriting the properties of animal class, and I will write new class name as, let's suppose, baby dog, which is inheriting the properties of dog, and it has its own method known as void. Let's suppose whip, and I will just simply print whipping. Okay, here you can see one parent class is there, name animal, one eat method is there, and dog is extending the animal class, and baby dog is extending the dog class. So here you can see one class inheriting the another class, and that class is also inheriting the properties of the main parent class. Okay, so simply we will create the object of the baby dog class. Let's suppose dog1 is equal to new baby dog. Okay, and now if I write dog1 dot whip, whip is the method, I guess this is the method. Sorry, I have written wrong here. Now it's okay. Whip dog1 dot bark dog1 dot eat. Now if I run this class, the output should be whipping, barking, and eating. Here you can see. Now in hierarchical and hybrid we will discuss in the next video. And hello and welcome back to the another video of the Java tutorial series. So today we are covering the remaining types of inheritance, that is hierarchical inheritance, and we will see why the multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. Okay, so let me get into my IDE. I will create one new class name hierarchical inheritance. Inheritance. Okay, and let me increase my font size. I will include the main method. Okay, so what is hierarchical inheritance is when two or more classes inherits a single class. Means let's suppose one class A is there and whose properties are getting inherited by the two classes, that is class B and class C at the same time. In the example, we'll see one example. Let's just get started. I will create one class name as animal, and inside that I will create one method which doesn't return anything, that is void eat, and this method doesn't accepting any parameters, and I will simply print eating. These are some simple examples just to understand what is hierarchical inheritance. We will cover a complex example in our upcoming videos also. And another one is class dog, which is extending the class animal, and inside this I will create another let's suppose what dog does bark. I'll create one method name as bark, and I'll simply print barking. Okay, and one more class is required. Let's suppose class cat, and this class is also extending animal class, and inside this I will create one more method name as meow, which doesn't accept any parameter, and inside this I will write meowing, meowing, meowing. Okay, so our goal is to achieve hierarchical inheritance here. Let's suppose this is the parent class. I will write one comment over here, parent class, and this dog class is the child class 1 and this is child class 2. Okay, and inside this I will write, now I will write my main method. Now let me copy this from here and I will paste it over here, my main method. Okay, and inside my main method I will create one object of the cat class. Cat c is equals to new cat. Okay, and I will call, wait a minute, why I'm getting error. Error cannot be referenced from a static context. Wait a minute. Uh, let me write it as static, all static, because we are calling them inside a static method. Okay, so that's why I'm getting one error. I will let all, yes, right now, yes, okay, and I will call c dot meow and again c dot eat, because it is inheriting the properties of the animal class, and eat method is written inside the animal class, so that we can call that eat method using the object of the cat. And now I will write one more line here, but I'm commenting out initially, and I will write, sorry, not eat, bark. Okay, and now if I run this, the expected output should be meowing and eating. Let's see. Here you can see meowing and eating is getting printed on the console. And now if I remove this comment, and if I try to run this, here you can see it giving me error, because location variable c is type hierarchical index.cat, and it is telling me that this is compile time error, guys. I will commit it out. ct error means compile time error. This error occurs because here you can see we are in, this is the parent class animal class, and this is the cat and dog class. These are the child classes which are inheriting the properties of this, and we are this is the cat class, and we are extending the properties of the a class. There is no linking between the class c and class b, and we are trying to access the methods which are written inside the class b using the object of the class c. That is not possible here. That's why Java is throwing errors, compile time error. This can not be done inside Java. Okay, I will comment it out and I will run it again. Now it's working fine. Okay, I hope you guys understood the hierarchical inheritance in Java, and now let's talk about why multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. So in multiple inheritances, what here you can see, one two parent class, one class is there which is child class, which is inheriting the properties of the two different parent classes. Means class A and class B are the parent classes, and class C is a child class, and class C is trying to inherit the properties of the class A as well as the class B at the same time. Okay, this is not supported in Java. Why so? To reduce the complexity and simplify the language, multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. I will give you one scenario where A, B, and C are the three classes. Here you can see, and class C is inherit the property of the class A and B. If class A and B have the same methods, and you call it from the child class object, means class, let's suppose one method is there, void eat, and in class A as well as the class B, and we are trying to call this void eat method inside class C. This creates an ambiguity for the class C to whom the call, which class method should it call, whether the class A and class B. Since the compile time errors are better than the runtime errors, Java renders the compile time error if you inherit the two classes. Okay, so whether you have the same method or the different method, there will be the compile time error. So to remove this ambiguity, Java doesn't support multiple inheritance, but there is a way you can achieve multiple inheritance in Java, that is using interfaces. We will cover interfaces in our upcoming videos when we will be talking about the polymorphism in Java. So right now just understand that multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. Just to simplify the language and remove the ambiguity which is created here, Java doesn't support multiple inheritance. Hello and welcome to the new video of the Java tutorial series. So today we will be covering aggregation in Java. So till now we have covered inheritance in Java, and inheritance represents is a relationship, and aggregation represents has a relationship. I will tell you what exactly this is. Uh, so let's start this video. If a class has an entity reference, it is known as the aggregation, and aggregation represents a has a relationship. Okay, so consider a scenario where employee objects contain many information such as ID, name, email ID, etc. It contains one more object that is named address. So address contains so many fields like city, state, country, zip code, etc. Okay, so when to use aggregation and why to use aggregation? So for why, you can use aggregation for code reusability, and when to use aggregation, if the code reuses is also the best achieved by the aggregation when there is no is a relationship. Is a relationship is handled using inheritance, and has a relationship is inside aggregation. Inheritance should be used only if the relationship is maintained throughout the lifetime of the object involved. Otherwise, aggregation is the best choice. Okay, so I will cover one example that I have discussed earlier of the employee address. So let me get into my IDE, and I will create one new Java class name as aggregation. Let me increase font size. I will include my main method. Okay, so I require one more class to hold the address of the employee. I will name it as class address. Okay, and inside this public static. Okay, and inside this I will write string. I will get city, state, and country of that employee. Okay, and I will write one constructor. So public address, and I will receive three parameters. One is city, one is state, and another one is country. And inside this I will map all those strings to the string that I have declared above, that is city. This of city is equals to city. Again, this dot state is equals to state. This dot country is equals to country. Okay, so this I have declared one address class and one constructor of the address class which receives the three parameters: city, state, and country for that employee. So I have created one address class which holds the address of the employee, and now inside my main method public class I will write int id, which is receive the id, and string name to receive the employee's name, and I will create address of type address. This is where we are implementing aggregation in Java, because we are receiving the address of the employee in the format of address, and this format of the address we are declared over here, which receive the city, state, and country of the employee. Okay, and I will write now one method public employee which receives the ID of the employee and string name of the employee, and wait a minute, uh, aggregation int id string name and address of type address. Okay, so we have created constructor for this class aggregation, and upon create when we create a object of this class, ID and name and address of that employees will receive and map those variable with this dot id is equals to id, this dot name is equals to name, this dot address is equals to address. Let me check why I'm getting this error. Unexpected token. Wait a minute. I should write constructor outside the main method, and all this declaration should be done outside the main method. Now it's okay. And I need one more method to display the information of the employee. Void display system.out.println, print the id plus name of that employee plus name. Okay, and below that I will print the address of that employee. And address, here you can see we have created address in the format of city, then state, and then country. So I need to print in that format also. Address dot city, and then one space should be there. Address dot state, one space, and then address dot country. This will print the address of the employee. Okay. Now inside my main method I will create the object of this classes to create the employee, and I will create. So now I have created address 1 and address 2 of that employee, and I have created two employees. Okay, now I just need to display the information that we have got from this address 1 and employee 1. So to print that I will just simply call employee 1 dot display and employee 2 dot display. Okay, and now I will run this. It should print the employee id, employee name, and address of the employee. Okay, so here you can see id 101, name Jack, Mumbai, Maharashtra, India, and id 102, name Hack, and XYZ is the city, state, and country of that employee. So here you can see we can this by creating the separate class for the address, we are reusing that code for to to create the multiple instances of the employee. We just need to create one address for that employee, and we can pass it over here as an parameter to the employee class, employee object, sorry. So in this way we can achieve aggregation in Java. So thank you for watching this video. Hello and welcome back to the new video of the Java tutorial series. So today we will be covering method overloading in Java. So what is method overloading? If a class has a multiple methods having the same name but there are differ in parameters, okay, then it is known as method overloading. If the two methods are there which names are same, for example sum is the name of the two methods, but so how we can differ the two methods? Okay, so when the parameter one, if the one method is accepting two parameters and another one is accepting one or either more than two, not exactly two, then it is a type of a method overloading in Java. Okay, where the same name method have the same name but they differ in the parameters they are accepting. Okay, so if we have to perform only one operation having the same name, or the methods increase the readability of the program. Okay, suppose you have to perform a addition of the two given numbers, but there can be any number of the arguments. Okay, if you write the same method such as int a, int uh, method name is a, and it is accepting two parameters of type integer, okay, for the two parameters, and another one is int b, which is accepting as a three parameter int, okay, for three parameters, then it may be difficult for you as well as the other programmers to understand the behavior of the method, because it has the same name differs. Okay, so we perform the method overloading to figure out the program quickly. Okay, and what are the advantages of the method overloading? Method overloading increase the readability of the program. Okay, and so let's just talk about the different ways to overload a method. Okay, so there are two methods by which we can overload the method overloading by changing the number of the arguments the method is accepting, and the method overloading by changing the data type of the argument which is accepting. Okay, so let me just quickly go into my IDE. We'll cover this popular question also, but let first we will code see one example of the method overloading, then we will see some popular method questions. Sorry. Okay, method overloading. Okay, let me increase the font size, and first we'll see example of the method overloading by changing the number of the arguments. Okay, let me copy this, and I will give it a comment. Okay, and now, okay, so let me take one example. Okay, uh, what I can do is I will declare one method name as int add, and it is accepting the two parameter. Let's suppose int a and int b. Okay, and inside this I'm simply returning a plus b, nothing else. Okay, and I will introduce one more method which is inside this same class, which is static int add, same name of the method. Here you can see add is the method name, and here also add is the method name. But what I will do is I will change the number of the parameters it are accepting. Okay, now int a comma int b comma int c, and I will simply return a plus b plus, sorry, c. Fine. Okay, I will return this. Okay, okay, so now I will create my main method, and inside my main method I will print add of let's suppose 11 comma 11. Okay, and now again I will print one more statement. One second, guys. Okay, so I will just print call another method. Now I am giving 11 comma 11 comma 11. Here you can see method name are same, add, but they are differ in the parameters they are accepting. One method is accepting the two parameters, one another method is accepting the three parameters. Okay, so this is the example of the method overloading, changing the number of the arguments we are passing. Okay, and simply I will run this class, and you can see 11 plus 11, that is 22 for the first print statement, and another print statement 11 plus 11 plus 11 is, that is 33, is getting printed on the console. Okay, so another way to achieve the method overloading is the changing the data type of the argument. Okay, so I will just copy this and paste it over here. Okay, so now let me comment this out. Okay, now I will again I will have to declare one int method. Okay, I will copy this and I will paste it over here, and let me uncomment it. Okay, one add method is there which is returning addition of the two methods, two numbers a and b, and one another method is there name as static double add, and it accepts two parameters, double a comma double b. Okay, and now it will return the addition of those two numbers. Okay. Okay, now I will write my main method, and inside my main method I will print, call those methods add, but I have to give 11 comma 11, and for another print statement I will call another add method, but this time I will pass 11.2 comma 11.5. 11.5. Okay, so here you can see two methods having the same name and same number of parameters they are accepting. One add method is accepting two parameters, integer a and integer b, and another method which is accepting the two parameters, that is a and b, but they are differ in the return type they are returning. Okay, the first method is returning in integer, and second method is returning and double. So this is a way we can achieve the method overloading by changing the data type of the argument. Okay, argument here it was receiving in the integer format, and here it was receiving in the double format. Okay, and so now if I run this class, I should get the, okay, 11 plus 11 is 22, and 11.2 plus 11.5 is 22.7. So these are the two methods by which you can achieve method overloading in Java. One is changing the arguments, and another one is changing the data type of the argument. Okay, discuss some popular question which is asked frequently during the interview process of method overloading. One is why method overloading is not possible by changing the return type of the method only. Okay, so in Java, method overloading is not possible by changing the return type of the method only because of the ambiguity. Let's see how the ambiguity may occurs. Okay, so I will take one example. Let me get into my class. I will increase the font size, and here I will create one same method, same example I'm taking, and let me print. Okay, and now I will be writing the same double method also. Okay, I will just copy this and paste it over here and comment this. Okay, so all these steps, let me introduce a new class. Mm, class adder, and inside this I will write these two methods. Okay, and now inside this I will write my main method, and main method I will simply print adder, sorry, adder dot add 11 comma 11. Okay, so here you can see I've created two methods, int add and double add. They are the return type of the two methods are different, that is int, and one is it returning a double. Okay, and now if I come here and try to print this statement adder dot add 11 comma 11, it will create an ambiguity. Why so? Here you can see int IntelliJ IDE is telling me there are some error, and what's the error? Add int is already defined in adder, so it creates an ambiguity for the Java. It for Here you can see we are calling this add method 11 comma 11, but the return types are different. One is double and one is integer, but their number of the parameters they are accepting are the same, and the type of the parameters they are accepting is are also same. It creates an ambiguity for the Java programming language, and it can't differentiate the two methods are there of the different types. Okay, so this creates an ambiguity. And one more question is there, can we overload the Java main method? Yes, by method overloading, you can have the number of the main methods in the class by method overloading. But the JVM calls main method, which receive the string array as an argument only. Okay, so here you can see we are passing. This is the main method, and JVM receive this main method, and our program execution starts from this line number 38, and it accepts the arguments of type string array. Okay, here you can see we are passing argument of type string array, and this is how you can overload the main method also in Java. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. Hello and welcome back to the new video of the Java tutorial series. So today we will be covering method overriding in Java. So what is method overriding? If subclass, that means a child class, has the same name, same method name as declared in the parent class, and it is known as a method overriding in Java. In other words, if a subclass provides the specific implementation of the method that has been declared by one of its parent class, then it is known as method overriding. We'll see what it is by s- getting one real life example, and next we will see uses of the method overriding. So method overriding is used to provide the specific implementation of a method which is already provided by its superclass. For example, one method is there which is declared in the parent class, and some implementation part is also declared in the parent class, and you just need to you have to get that method inside of a subclass. So you simply write extends that parent class keyword to inherit the properties of the parent class, and you can use that same method name inside the subclass and get that implementation in our subclass. So method overriding is used for the runtime polymorphism. And next up we will see rules for Java method overriding. The method overriding must have the same name as in the parent class. So the name of the method should be same in both the classes. One is parent class and the subclass. The method must have the same parameters as in the parent class. So the number of the parameters that the method is accepting in the parent class should be same as that of the number of the parameters it was accepting in the subclass. And there must be a relationship which represents the inheritance in Java. Okay, let's understand the problem without method overriding, and we'll see how it fixes by using the method overriding. So let me open my IDE. Okay, it's opening. Wait. We'll see one example how method overriding fixes one problem. Okay, we'll see first problem. Okay, so let me create my new Java class. Method overriding. Okay, let me increase the font size. Okay, now suppose let me declare one more class so that I can differentiate between the parent class and subclass. I'll create one class vehicle. Okay, and inside that I will declare one method which doesn't return anything. That's why I write void as the return type, and inside that I will simply print vehicle is running. And now this public class method overriding is extending that vehicle class. So I will write extend vehicle, and now inside this I will write my main method, and inside that I will create the object of this method overriding class. Method overriding obj1 new method overriding, and using this object obj1 I'm calling the run method. Now if I run this class, the expected output should be vehicle is running. Yes, vehicle is running. Now you see the problem is that I have to provide a specific implementation of the run method in the subclass. That is why we use the method overriding. Okay, so here also now you will see how it eliminates this problem. Okay, let me comment this out. Now one more class is required with the same name. Okay, and inside this I will write the same method first, void run, and inside this I will simply print vehicle is running. Okay, and now one more class, public class. I will just copy this code. Okay, and now this method overriding class is extending the vehicle class, and now inside this I will write the same method that I have written earlier, void run, and inside this I will simply print bike is running. Okay, now I will declare my main method, and inside this I will create the object of the method overriding class, that is obj1 is equals to new method overriding, and using this object obj1 I'll call obj1 dot run. Now you'll see how method overriding eliminates this problem. Okay, and here you can see bike is running. Okay, now this run method is also declared inside this vehicle method, vehicle class, sorry, and which is printing vehicle is running, and same method by the same name we have written inside this public class method overriding, which is extending the vehicle class. So vehicle class is the parent class, and this method overriding is a child class, and inside this run method I have written bike is running, and when we call this obj1 dot run, it will call the subclass method, which is this, and we'll see how to call if the same two methods are there by the same name, and you are trying to achieve the method overriding, and if you want to call the method which is declared inside the parent class, then we will use some one specific keyword is there, super keyword. We will see what it is in our upcoming videos. Super keyword is used to call the method which is declared inside the parent class. Now we will see one real life example of method overriding so that you can understand it clearly. Okay, and let me just comment this out. Wait. Okay. Let me clear my terminal. Okay, now we are here. Now you see I will create one class name as bank, and as we know, we have every bank has their interest rate. Okay, so I will write one variable get rate of interest. Okay, get rate of interest. So this is my method name, and this method is simply returning 0. Okay, okay, I have declared one method get rate of interest, and it doesn't accepting any parameters, and the return type of the method is 0. Okay, it returns nothing, it returns 0, and I create one more class. Let's suppose any bank, SBI, which is extending the bank class, and now inside this I will write int get rate of the interest, and I will pass, and I will return 8. Similarly, I will create one more bank class. Okay, any bank you want. Let's suppose ICICI, which is extending the bank class. Inside this, I will write again I will override the same method which is declared inside the bank class. Get rate of interest. Now I will return inside this, return, let's suppose 7. Okay, and now we will declare our public class. I will just copy the this line and I will paste it over here, and yes. Okay, and now this class is extending. Okay, nothing. Okay, and now if I get inside my public class, I will declare my main method, and inside my main method I will create the object of the SBI class, SBI obj1 is equal to new SBI, and I will create object of the ICICI bank also, obj2 is equals to new ICICI. Okay, I have created all the object, and now I will simply print SBI interest is, and I will concatenate it with obj1 dot get rate of interest, and I will simply copy this because same code we require for ICICI bank also. I will paste it over here and change the bank name. Okay, and object name also, because object for ICICI bank is object obj2. And now if I run this, here you can see SBI interest is 8 and ICICI bank interest is 0. Why so? Or sorry, I have written interest spelling wrong. Interest. Okay, now it's okay. If I run this class again, it should print SBI interest is 8 and ICICI interest is 7. Okay, now it's correct. Now here you can see one base implementation of the rate of interest for the every bank is there. We will just inheriting extend overriding this methods each and every time for the different banks. You can create n number of the banks over here, and you will simply override this method, get rate of interest and return the particular rate of interest for that bank. Okay, and now we will see some popular questions which are asked for method overriding. That is, can we override a static method? The simple answer is no. A static method cannot be overridden. It can be proved by runtime polymorphism, so we can learn it later on our upcoming videos. And why can we not override the static method? It is because the static method is bound with a class, whereas the instant method is bound with an object. Okay, what it means is this which method, static method is always bind with the class, not with the object. Now whenever you run this class, the methods which are declared as a static binds with that class itself, not with the object. Here obj1, obj2. Okay, and static belongs to the class area and instance belongs to the heap area. We'll see what is heap area and stack area in upcoming videos. And can we override the Java main method? No, because the main method is the static method, and we cannot override the methods which are declared as a static. Okay, I hope you got the concept of the method overriding in Java, and thank you for watching this video. Hello and welcome back to the another video of the Java tutorial series. So today we will be covering super keyword in Java. So the super keyword in Java is a reference variable to which it is used to refer the immediate parent class object. Whenever you create an instance of the subclass, an instance of the parent class is created implicitly, which is referred by the super reference keyword. Okay, so it is nothing but the super keyword is used to call the variables, methods, and the constructors of the super class. Okay, so the usage of this super keyword, Java super keyword is, so this there are three uses. It can be used to call the immediate parent class instance variable. Let me write it over here, instance variable. And it is super keyword is can be used to invoke the immediate parent class method, parent class method. And again it is super can be used to invoke the immediate parent class constructor. Okay, so these are the three uses of the super keyword. We will see one by one each of them. Okay, let me decrease the font size. Okay, so first we will see how we can use the super keyword to refer the immediate parent class instance variable. Okay, so let me get into my IDE, and I will create one new Java new Java class. I will name it as super keyword. Okay, now let me increase my font size, and I will import my main method. Okay, so let me take one example so that you guys can understand how we can use the parent class variable as in child class. Okay, let me declare my parent class over here. I will write animal, declare one class name as animal, and I will write this. Okay, now inside my animal class, why I'm getting error, duplicate class found. Okay, wait. In our previous code we have used this animal class, I guess. That's why we are getting error over here. Okay, let me change my class name to something else so that we can. Okay, now it's okay, fine. Inside my animal class I will declare one string color, quit string color color, which is equals to white. Okay, so this is my parent class, and now I will create one class name as dog. I guess you can take any animal you want. Okay, dog, which is extending the anim animals class. Now inside this class I will write string color, which is equals to black. Okay, now wait a second, I'm getting. Okay, dog is also, let me create it as dogs. Okay, now I will write one method void print color, which doesn't accept any parameters, and inside this method I will write simply system.out.println my color. Okay, now, and I will write one more print statement, and now this time I will write super.color. Okay, now you will see what is exactly difference between these two statements. Let me just create the object of the dogs class, dogs obj1 is equals to new dogs. Okay, and inside using this objects I will obj1 dot print color. Okay, now if I run this, you will see the difference between these two statements. One is printing black and one is printing white. Why so? Because when we write system.out.println color, the, this is referred as this line number 6, and this colors value of this color variable is black, and which is getting printed on the console. And when we write super dot color, this super keyword will call this call is getting called to the parent class. Parent class is here class animals, and whereas colors value is white. Okay, so super dot color is white, and color simply color, when we write simply color, that means inside this class we have declared string color black. So black is getting printed first and white is getting printed second. Okay, I hope you understood this concept of variables. Okay, and now moving forward, we'll see how we can how we can use super keyword in class methods. Okay, now I will make some changes in this code itself. Okay, now this time I don't need this string, because and I will create void eat, and inside this I will just simply write eating. Okay, so this is the parent class method, and now inside my dogs, which is extending the animals class, extends the animal class. I don't need this variable right now, and I will declare this print. I guess this also don't need anymore. Okay, now inside this I will write void eat, uh, and I will print dog is eating, such a random string. Okay, and I will write bark. Okay, and I will simply print barking, and I will declare one more method, work. Okay, and inside this I will write super dot eat. Okay, and now after this work method is done, I will write bark. Okay, wait a second, let me write this inside this. Okay, now it's okay. uh, we have declared one dogs class, which extends the animal class, and inside this we have written void eat. So this is the example of the method overriding, as we have discussed in our previous videos also. So this eat method will print dog is eating, and this bark method will print barking. Now one more method is there named as work, which is calling two methods. Okay, super dot eat. Now you will see what you guys thinking, what should printed over here. Void dot eat, whether it is printing dog is eating or the eating. We'll see. Let me just comment this out, and I will next line I will write obj1 dot work. And now if I oops, sorry, I open it in debug mode. Wait. Now it's okay. Yes, here you can see eating and barking is getting printed on the console. Why so? Because when the call is at line number 21, super dot eat will call the immediate parent class. Okay, and eat method we have declared in the parent class. It is printing eating, and that's why eating is getting printed on the console. And when we call bark, it just simply call the method which is inside the animal class, the dogs class itself. Okay, that is the child class, and which is printing barking. Okay, so this is the one use case of the super keyword to call the immediate parent class method. Okay, now we will see how to call the immediate parent class constructor. Invoke, not call, we will invoke. Okay, so in this example itself I will do some changes so that you guys can understand it clear. Okay, you know what, let me comment this out. Okay, and here I will comment this also. Okay, now inside this parent class I will declare the constructor for this class. Okay, animals, this is the constructor, and this constructor is simply printing animals is created. Okay, and now inside this child class we'll write the constructor for this class. Wait a second, it's dogs, not dog. And inside this we'll write super, and again one print statement so that you guys can understand where the code flow is going. Dog is created. Okay, and now if I comment this out and I will simply run this, because here you can see I have not used that object and called any method, and still now something is getting printed on the console. That is because when as we have discussed in our constructor video, the constructor will get called automatically whenever the object of that class is created. Okay, so here we are creating the object of the class, so that constructor will get called automatically. Okay, so what is happening over here in the line number 37, whenever we create an object of that class obj1, the call is passed to this line number 28. Okay, now this line number 28 is executed. Line number 29 we have written super. Okay, and if you hover over this, it says that animals class is there, and this call is passed to this animals class constructor, and this constructor will get executed first. Okay, and it is printing animals created, so the first line is animals created, it is printed, and secondly it is printing dog is created, that's why it prints dog is created. Okay, one more thing is there, if you don't write this this super at line number 29, it that again it is writing animals is created. Why so? Because whenever you create the child class object, and if that child class is extending one parent class, then in that case, whenever you create the child class constructor, it will automatically call the constructor which is there inside the parent class. Okay, so if I don't write this super over here, again it will call the animals class constructor if you have declared this constructor inside that class. If you don't have declared, it will not call. Okay, so this is the idea behind the super keyword. I hope you understand the super keyword in Java. Thank you for watching this video. Hello and welcome back to the new video of the Java tutorial series. So today we'll be discussing final keyword in Java. Okay, so the final keyword in Java is used to restrict the user. Okay, the final Java keyword can be used in many contexts. Okay, the final can be a variable, a final can be a method, and a final can be a class. Okay, the final keyword can be applied with this variable. A final variable that have no value is called as blank final variable or uninitialized final variable. Okay, and it can be initialized in a constructor only, and the blank final variable can be a static, also can be initialized in the static block only, and we will be detailed learning of this. And let's first learn the basic final keyword. Okay, so what is the use cases of the final keyword in Java? To stop the value change, and to stop the method overriding, and to stop the inheritance. Okay, we will be using final keyword for these three reasons. Okay, so we'll discuss first what is Java final variable. Okay, so let me get into my IDE and I will create one more class name as final keyword. Okay, and let me increase the font size. Okay, so the if you make any variable final, you cannot change that value of that final variable. It will be constant throughout the code. Okay, so the example of the variable is okay, so assume try to understand this example. There is a final variable called a speed limit. Okay, speed limit of that bike. Okay, we are going to change the value of this variable, but it can be changed because the final variable once assigned a value and cannot be changed anywhere in the code. Okay, so let me create one class, one not class. Inside this class, let me create one final. So to declare a final variable, we will write final keyword before that declaration of that variable. Okay, so the final int. So what is my variable name is speed limit, which is equals to 90, and after that I will write void run. Now inside this, I will set my speed limit to uh, any random number 400. Okay, you can set it whatever you want, and inside again this I will import my main. I will write my main method, and I will create one object of this class. Okay, so final keyword obj1 is equals to new final keyword. Okay, and now if I write obj dot run, now here you can see if I run this, IntelliJ IDEA is throwing some errors. We will see what is this error. Here you can see Java cannot assign a value to a final variable speed limit. So here you can see once the variable once you declare a variable as a final and you assign a value to it, you cannot change that value again. Okay, inside this line number 4, we are trying to change the value of the speed limit to 400, and it is giving me error saying that cannot assign a value to the final variable speed limit because it is already over here at line number 2 we have declared value to it. Okay, so we'll see next up Java final method. Okay, what is Java final method? We'll see. uh, I will take the same example. Let me comment this out, and this one also. Okay, and inside this class itself I will write one final method void run. Now inside this I will write simply print something random string running. Okay, and now inside my main method I will create one object of this class and I will write obj1.run. Okay, and now if I call this, it is simply printing running. Okay, now I will show what is the consequences if you write one method as a final and you are trying to call that method inside another class. Okay, and now I will let me just I will write one more class, any name, bike company, let's suppose BMW, and this BMW class is extending my okay, wait, to explain this I need one more class, which is the parent class. I will declare it over here, class bike, and inside this I will write final void run running. Okay, and now this is my BMW class, and which is extending my bike class, and inside this I will write void run, and inside this I will write so south BMW is running. Okay, and now if I create the object of this BMW class, and if I try to call this run method inside this main method, you'll see one error should be there. We'll see what is that error. IntelliJ idea. Okay, the Java run in BMW cannot override run in bike. Overridden method is final. Okay, so here you can see Java is telling me that you are trying to override one method named as void run, which is declared inside the parent class bike as a final method. Okay, you cannot override that final method inside any of the child class once you declare it as a final method. Okay, So this is one example of the Java final method. We'll see Java final class method also. Example, sorry, not method. And now I will make some changes over itself. I will declare it as final class bike. Okay, and I will remove this final keyword from here. Okay, nothing. Okay, and now if I try to run this code, I should get one error. Yes, cannot inherit from final bike. Okay, you have declared this bike class as a final, and you cannot inherit this class inside any of the child class. Okay, in line number 19, we are trying to inherit this bike class inside this BMW class, and here itself IntelliJ IDEA is telling me that cannot inherit from final bike. Okay, so this is one example of the class where we have declared class as a final. Okay, now we'll see some popular questions which is asked in the interview rounds. Okay, is final method inherited? Yes, the final method is inherited, but you cannot override it. Okay, as we have seen here. Okay, now one more question is there. What is the wait, let me take can we initialize blank final variable? Yes, but only in the constructor. If you want to initialize here, I will give you an example. Here we have written final int speed limit and we have assigned it value as 90. If you want to initialize this variable as a blank variable, you just simply cancel that assigned value as 90, and then again you can write it here, speed limit is equal to 70, and if you are trying to print this speed limit at that time, the speed limit will be get printed on the console as 400 because you have initialized over here. But the only thing is you have to initialize the speed limit value inside the constructor of that class, not in the method. So here we are written method. If you write constructor for this final keyword class, and inside that class if you write speed limit is equal to 400, the value of the speed limit is uh, set to 400 itself. Okay, so this is pretty much idea behind the final keyword in Java. I hope you guys understood it. Thank you for watching this video. Hello and welcome back to another video of the Java tutorial series. So today we'll be covering abstract classes in Java. So a class which is declared as an abstract keyword is known as the abstract class in Java, and it can have abstract and non-abstract methods and methods with body. Okay, so before learning the abstract class, let's understand the abstraction in Java first. Okay, so what is abstraction? Abstraction is a process of hiding the implementation details and showing the only functionality to the user. Okay, so it's nothing but another way to it shows the only essential things to the user and hides the internal details. For example, sending SMS where you type the text and send the message. You don't know how the internal processing about the message delivery is done. You just only see one tick that tells you that the message is sent successfully. So abstraction displays the very important role over there. So there are several ways where you can achieve the abstraction. First one is the abstract class, and second one is interface. So in this video we'll be covering abstract class, and in our upcoming video we'll be covering interface. Okay, so abstract class in Java, a class which is declared as an abstract is known as the abstract class. It can have the abstract and non-abstract methods. Okay, so there are some points that you need to remember while learning the abstract class in Java. An abstract class must be declared with an abstract keyword. Okay, if you want to declare an abstract class, you have to use the abstract keyword before that class implementation. Okay, and it can have abstract and non-abstract method, and inside the abstract class you can declare abstract as well as the non-abstract methods, and it cannot be in instantiated. Okay, what is instantiated we will discuss. And it can have constructor and static methods also, and it can have final methods which will force the subclass not to change the body of the method. Okay, and what is final keyword we have discussed in our past videos, and there are some rules for the Java abstract class, an abstract class must be declared with an abstract keyword, as we have discussed. And now we will see one abstract methods in Java. One example, we'll try to understand it by example. Let me uh, create one class, abstract class. Okay, let me increase my font size. Okay, now I will create one class, abstract class bike, and inside this I will create one abstract method, abstract void run. Okay, so now inside my this public class I will write uh, before that this class is extends the bike class. We are trying to achieve inheritance over here. Okay, so inheritance also we have covered in our past videos. If you haven't checked that video, go and check first. Inheritance and void run, and inside this I will simply print running my bike. Okay, and now I will declare my main method. Now inside this I will create one object of that bike class obj1, which is okay, not Honda, it's abstract class. And now if I try to call that run method over here, yes, now if I run this class, we'll see what is the expected output. Bike, running my bike. Okay, so when you declare this void run, and now this abstract class is extending that bike class, and when you declare run, we have already declared one. Here you can see is implemented in abstract class, and here you can see implements methods in bike. Okay, so here we have declared this void run method as an abstract method doesn't have any body. We have to declare that body inside one of this child class, and that's why here it is right, it's written as is implemented in abstract class. If you click here, the cursor will come here, and if you hover over here, it implements method in the bike. If you write here, yes, that's why my running my bike is getting printed on the console. And next up, we'll see one real life scenario of an abstract class. Okay. Mm, okay, let me get into my IDE, and okay, let me just think of one example. Okay, we'll see one example. I will just comment this out because I don't need this and this one also. Okay, now this is not extending the bike class anymore. Okay, now I will create one abstract class name as shape. Okay, and inside this I will write abstract void draw. Okay, and now I will create one more class over here. Sorry, class rectangle, which is extends the class shape, and inside this class I will write the implementation part of that uh, draw method, and I will simply print what should I print? Rectangle is drawing. And okay, and now if I come inside my public class and I will write my main method. Okay, and inside my main method I will create one variable of the shape class obj1 by referencing to the rectangle. Okay, and now inside this I will write obj1 dot obj1 dot draw. Okay, and now if I run this, rectangle is drawing. Okay, so this is one real life famous scenario. You can create one shape class and you can write a number of the rectangle is there, square is there, triangle is there, and you can try to implement that method inside that same different classes with a different implementation, and you can call those methods inside the public class using the object of that respective classes. Okay, and now when we will see example of the class having constructor, data members, and methods. Okay, so first of all let me clear this first previous example. Okay, now I have to clear this also. Okay, now to understand this I will create one more class which is abstract one, sorry, abstract class bike, and inside this I will create one constructor of this class, and inside constructor I will simply print bike is created. Okay, and out after that I will create one abstract method, abstract void run, and I will create one non-abstract method also, void change gear, and inside this method I will write gear changed. Okay, and now I will create one more class, any BMW random, extends the bike class, and now inside this I will write, I have to implement, here you can see it showing some errors. What is the error? BMW class must be either declared as abstract or implement the abstract void run method in the bike, because when we declared a method as an abstract, we have whenever that class is inherited by any of its subclasses, then the implementation of those abstract methods should be there inside the child classes. So we have to implement this run method inside this. Okay, now in if I write running safely. Okay, and this is pretty much about this, and inside this I will create one object of the bike class, bike obj1 is equals to new BMW. Okay, and after that I will write obj1 dot run and obj1 dot change gear, and now if I run this, the expected output should be bike is created. Why first bike is created getting printed? Because when the program execution reaches at the line number 19, the object of that bike class is created, and inside the bike class we have declared one constructor which is printing bike is created. That's why the first line which is printing bike is created, and after that obj1 dot run, the exam control flow of the code will go inside this abstract void run method, and this abstract void run method is implemented inside the BMW class, and we have implemented it as running safely. That's why running safely is getting printed on the console. And after that, obj1.changeGear is executed, and inside the changeGear method we have written gear change. That's why gear change is getting printed on the console. So this is the pretty much idea behind the abstract class in Java. So I hope you got some idea of the abstract class. So in upcoming videos we will be covering interface in Java. This is another way to achieve the abstraction in Java. So thank you for watching this video. Hello and welcome back to the new video of the Java tutorial series. So today in this video we will be covering interfaces in Java, which is used to achieve the abstraction in Java. Okay, so an interface in Java is a blueprint of the class. It has the static constants and abstract methods. The interface in Java is a mechanism to achieve abstraction. Okay, so there can be only abstract methods in Java interface, not method body, because we have seen earlier abstract methods doesn't have any body. It is used to achieve abstraction and multiple inheritance in Java. So when we are trying to when we are learning inheritance in Java, at that time I have said multiple inheritance is not supported in Java, and we can achieve that multiple inheritance in Java by using the interface. By how we will see in this video itself. In other words, you can say that interfaces can have the abstract methods and variables. It cannot have the method body. Okay, and interface in Java is also represents is a relationship, as we have discussed in our inheritance part. And next up, why we use interfaces in Java. There are mainly three reasons to use interfaces in Java. It can be used to achieve the abstraction. By interface, we can support the functionality of the multiple inheritance in Java, and it can be used to achieve loose coupling. Okay, so how to declare in a interface? Okay, so we'll see this how to declare when we doing some example of the inheritance. Okay, before that we need to understand some interface improvements that Java has done after the Java 8 release. Okay, the Java compiler adds the public and abstract keyword before the interface method, and moreover it adds the public and static and final keywords before the data members. In other words, here you can see one example. Interface printable and int min is equal to 5 and void print method is declared, and what compiler of the Java interprets is as this is the Java printable.java class .java class, and this is the class which is created by the compiler. So here we have written int mean is equal to 5, and what the Java compiler interprets it as public static final. It adds the three keywords public static final before the declaration of that uh, variable. Whether you write it or don't write it, it doesn't matter. Compiler will going to add these keywords before that declaration of that variable, and for the method it add public abstract void. Okay, so here are some terms that you need to understand. Whenever a class and class a relationship is there, it extends the, okay, this is the inheritance, and whenever class implements in interface, and interface extends an interface. Okay, we'll see one example of it. Okay, so we'll see one real life example of the Java interface, bank example, as we have discussed earlier. Okay, so let me get into my IDE, and I will create one new class, okay, by the name of interfaces. Let me increase my font size. I will get my main method. Okay, and now I have to declare one interface. Okay, wait. Now if I write one interface name as, okay, interface bank, and inside this interface I will create one float variable, that is rate of interest rate of interest. Okay, this is the method rate of interest, and Here you can see I have not written a float rate of I have simply written float rate of interest. So what Java interprets this method as, here you can see I have discussed earlier also, public abstract. Okay, so it adds two variables, two keywords. So before that, public abstract float rate of interest. This is what Java interprets it interprets as. Okay, and now outside this interface, I will write one class, any class SBI, which is implements bank interface. Okay, so and inside this, wait a second, why I'm getting error? Duplicate class. Okay, I will write banks. Now it okay, banks. Okay, and here IntelliJ IDE is throwing some errors. Let me check why. The class SBI must be either declared as abstract or implement the abstract method rate of interest. Okay, so this is, here you can see we didn't write any abstract keyword before it, and still the Java is throwing some error telling that this is an abstract method. You have to implement this method inside this class. Okay, so let us implement that method, public float rate of interest, and for the body of this method I will simply return a float value 9.15f. Okay, now it's not throwing error, and inside my main method I will create the object of that banks interface. Oops, sorry, banks obj1 is equals to new SBI. Okay, and now here I will just simply print SBI's rate of interest is, and I will concat it with what is the object name, object1 dot rate of interest. Okay, it was throwing some errors. Duplicate class found. Okay, SBI's, we will write SBI's. Now it's okay. Okay, and run interface sys.java. Here you can see SBI's ROI is 9.15. Here we have declared it. So this is how interfaces works in Java. To implement that interface, we have one keyword is there, implement, and to achieve the, what we can say, polymorphism, we are writing extends keywords. Okay, so these are some differences. Don't get confused inside this. When there is a relation between class and class, extend keywords is there. When there is a relation between class and interface, implements keyword is there, and when there is a relationship between interface and interface, extend keyword is there. Okay, so let's discuss how we can achieve the multiple inheritance in Java by using the interfaces. Okay, so let me comment this out, this code, or else I will just remove this so that you don't get confused between the past code and current code. Okay, now if I create one interface, okay, interface, and I will name it as printable, and inside this I will write void one method which doesn't return anything, and this is an abstract method because everything we return inside the interface is an abstract method. Okay, and after that I will write in again one interface, showable, show showable, showable, and inside this I will write void show method. Okay, so these are two interfaces, and now inside my this interfaces class, which is public class, I will create public void print. Okay, now before that I have to write one keyword which is implements, so that Java knows that we are trying to implement those interfaces inside this public class interfaces. Okay, so the name of the two interfaces are printable and one is showable. And IntelliJ idea is showing some errors. We have to, okay, we have to declare that show method also inside this, because that method was abstract method. Okay. Okay, now it's not showing the errors. And inside this print I will write simply one random string, let's suppose hello, and inside this I will write world. Okay, and now inside this main method I will create the object of this interfaces class. Interfaces, sorry, interfaces object 1 is equals to new interfaces. Okay, and now if I try to call those methods, object1 dot print and obj1 dot show. Okay, and now if I run this class, hello and world should get printed. Okay, hello and world is getting printed. So here you can see we are trying to achieve the multiple inheritance over here. Why so? Because uh, this is one child class and these are two parent classes, and we are trying to inherit these two parent classes inside one child class, and which is the example of the multiple inheritance. Okay, so this is how you can achieve multiple inheritance in Java by using the interfaces, and the keyword which is used to do this is implements. Okay, so this is pretty much about interfaces in Java. I hope you got some idea about the interfaces in Java. Thank you for watching this video. Hello and welcome back to the new video of the Java tutorial series. So today we'll be covering packages in Java. Okay, so Java package is a group of similar types of classes and interfaces and sub packages. Okay, so package in Java can be categorized in two forms: built-in packages and user-defined packages. So we will be covering both of this in this video. And so the built-in packages are look like this. Here you can see one example of this pictorial example of this built-in packages. One Java main package Java is there, and below that lang, util and awt, and there are a number of packages which are defined by the Java language itself. These are the sub packages of the Java, and inside this sub packages different classes are written: system.class, string.class, arraylist.class, map.class. These are some classes that we have, and here you can see I will open any of this example that we have covered in our upcoming sorry, not upcoming, previous videos. And here you can see we have written import java.util.scanner. So this is Java is the main package, util is the sub package, and scanner is the class which is written inside this package. If you hover over this, you can see implementation part also of this scanner class. Okay, so these are some Java packages which are predefined in Java, and we'll see user-defined packages also, how you can create and call those. Okay, so first of all, if you are using an IDE, then this example will helpful to you. Those people who doesn't using any IDE, please look at this example, simple example of the Java package. Package name, and a package is the keyword which is used to define a package, and my package is the package name. And inside this package I have created one class name as simple, and inside this class one main method is there, and inside main method welcome to package is the string that is printed on the console. Okay, So to compile this Java package, Java C minus D, the directory or the folder where you are currently storing these files, the path should be there in place of this, and Java file name. Java file name is the name we have which is you have given to this file. So in my case I've written is at simple.java, so I should write java c minus d dot represent the root directory and simple.java. Okay, whenever I run this command, minus d switches the specified destination where to put the generated class file. So, and you can use this directory name such as slash home in case of the Linux, and d dot slash abc in case of the Windows, etc. And if you want to keep this package within the same directory, in that case you can use dot. Okay, now how to access the package from the another package. Okay, still now you have understood what is package, how to create a package, how to call the classes of the package. Now how to access the package from the another package. Okay, so there are mainly three ways you can access it by simply writing the import statement, as you can see here, over here, import java util.scanner. And second one is import package.class name by specifying the particular class name. Consider a scenario where in one package holds some n number of the classes and you want only one class to be get called. In that case you can write this statement. This is the example of the second statement where java is the main package, util is the sub package, and from the util sub package we are calling simply one scanner class. If you want to call all those classes which are written inside the util sub package, you will simply write import java dot util dot star. Star represents all those classes which are written inside the util sub package, import them all. Okay, and third one is fully qualified name. We will see each of them by looking one example. Okay, now let me open my IDE. So to create one package, if you are using an IDE, then it's very simple. You just click on the source folder, right click on it, new, and instead of creating Java class, you just click on the package and you can name your package whatever you want. I will name it as ABC. You can write anything you want, and so here you can see ABC package is created, and inside this package, if I want to write one class, okay, so I will right click on it, new Java class, and I will write class. Okay, let's suppose a is my class name. So a.java is created under the package abc, here you can see. Okay, and one more line is added by the IntelliJ IDEA package abc that defines this class is written inside the package abc. And let me increase my font size. Okay, so inside this a class, uh, I will declare one method. Okay, public void message, and inside this I will simply print hello. Okay, and I will save this. Okay, and now in if I go outside of this package and I will create one new Java class name as B, and inside this let me increase the font size, and over here we are trying to see the import package dot star. Okay, so I will similarly like import package. What is the package name? abc dot star. Okay, we have it. Okay, and now inside my public class B, I will write my main method, and inside the main method I will create the object of the class A, which is written inside this package. Okay, I will write A obj is equals to new A, and I will try to call the method which is written inside the obj, that is this one, hello message method. Okay, and now if I try to run this, hello should get printed on the console. Okay, yes, here you can see hello is getting printed on the console. Why so? Because we are imported the class A from the package abc. Okay, and now one more thing is there, import package name dot class name. Okay, so here to explain this, let me create one more class. Okay, here uh, okay, let me create one more class, public class B. Okay, class B is public, should be declared in the file name b dot java. Okay, and this class is already declared. Let me write it as ba. Okay, what is ba should be declared in the pub b dot java. Wait, let me comment this out, and this one also. Okay, and wait, you know what, let me take this example itself and I will try to explain this also. Okay, and now here you can see import package name dot class name. Okay, if you want to call that specific class of that package, then you should, instead of writing star, you should write a. Okay, so package name is abc, the class is public class a, and inside this we have written one method void message, and it's printing hello on the console. And to import that package, we have written import package name dot class name, and inside the public class b, inside the main method, I will create the object of that class and I will call that message method. Okay, again hello should be printed. Yes, hello is getting printed on the console. And now we'll see the third method, fully qualified name. Okay, how we can call. Okay, so if you don't want to write this spec, okay, in this line, and you still want to use those classes which are written inside the package, then you can simply write the package name. What is the package name? abc dot a, and here also you have to write abc dot a. And now if I try to run this, again hello is getting printed on the console, because fully qualified names defines as one class here. Class A is declared inside the package, and one method is there msg, which is printing hello on the console, and we are trying to access that class by using the package name dot the class name, and by creating the object. And again, if you want to call that method, object name dot method name is the simple, we can call this method. Okay, and hello is printed on the console. So this is the pretty much idea behind the packages in Java. Okay, so in our upcoming videos we will see access modifiers in Java. So thank you for watching this video. Hello and welcome back to the new video of the Java tutorial series. So today we will be covering access modifiers in Java. So there are two types of access modifiers in Java: access modifiers and non-access modifiers. And the access modifiers in Java specifies the access uh, scope of the field, method, or constructor of the class, and we can change the access level of the fields, constructor, methods, and class by applying the access modifiers on it. Okay, so there are mainly four types of access modifiers. One is private, default, protected, and public. So private defines the access level of the private modifiers is only within the class, and it cannot be accessed outside of the class. And the default one is has the access level of the default modifiers only within the package, and it cannot access from outside of the package. If you do not specify any access level, it will be the default. Okay, protected, for protected, the access level of the protected modifiers is within the package and outside the package through the child class. If you do not make the child class, it cannot be accessed outside the package. And the public access level modifier is everywhere. It can be accessed from the within the class, outside the class, within the package, or the outside of the package. So understanding of the Java access modifiers, let us understand by this simple table. So if the access modifier is private, it can be accessed within the class, but it cannot be accessed within the package. But it can and it also cannot be accessed outside the package by the subclass only, and it cannot be accessed outside the package also. So this is the yes no chart. uh, this is the easiest one to understand how the access modifiers are working inside the Java. Okay, so the first one is private. For private, I have taken one example over here. You can see, let me just okay, yes, one class is there, class A, and which has the private variable name as data, and value to it is 40. And one method is there, private void message, which is printing hello Java on the console. And one public class simple, we have written the main method and we have created object of that class A, and we are trying to print obj.data, and we are trying to execute that method which is msg inside this simple class which is public, and by using the object of that class, that is obj. Okay, whenever you write this kind of statements to access the data which is private and which is inside the another class, you will get the compile time error in both the lines, because you are trying to access those data members which are privately declared inside the another class. Okay, you cannot access these members. Okay, so the role of the private constructor, if you make any class constructor private, you cannot create the instance of the class outside of the class. Okay, for example, here you can see one class A is created, and we have created one constructor which is private. Okay, and one method is there, msg, which is printing hello Java. And inside our public class, inside our main method, we are trying to create the object of that class a obj is equal to new a, and here itself we will get the compile time error, because the constructor which is declared for the class a is private, and we cannot access that constructor which is private, and that's why we cannot create the object of that class. Okay, so the role of the private constructor is, if you make the class constructor private, you cannot create or instance of that class outside of that class. Okay, next up we have default access specifier. Okay, so let me zoom in. Okay, yes, here example, you can see one package is there, package pack, and one class is there which holds one method msg, and which is printing hello on the console. Okay, and inside b.java we are in the different package. That package name is mypack, and we are trying to import all the classes which are defined in the pack package. And to do so, we are writing one statement, import pack dot star. Star represents all, to import all the classes which are defined inside that package. In that pack package, we have written one class, that is class A, and inside our class B, we are inside our main method, we are trying to create the object of that class A, and that is obj, and we are trying to access that msg method which is inside that pack packaged class name A. Here itself we will get compile time error, because the definition of the default we have seen over here, the access level of the default modifiers is only within the package, it cannot be accessed outside of the package. Okay, and we are trying to access these method over here you can see we are trying to access this msg method which is written inside the pack package, and we are trying to access it inside the my pack package. This is not possible in Java, and here itself you will get a compile time error. Okay, now for the protected one, this is the example, same package name pack and same class name, but the method which we have declared over here is declared as a protected method, and we are trying to print hello on the console. Okay, and inside another package my pack, we are trying to import all the classes which is written inside the pack package. And class B extends class A, because we are trying to inherit all the properties which are written inside the class A, and inside our main method we will write the object of the class B object, new B, and we'll call obj.msg, and the output should be hello, which is getting printed. And for the definition of the protected, we have seen the access level of the protected modifiers is within the package and outside the package throughout the child class. If you create the child class, you can access it outside the package. Now for the public one, we will write one package pack and class A, which is holding one method msg and which is printing hello. And in another package, we will try to import that class which is written inside the package by writing import pack dot star, and inside the class B, inside the main method, we will create one object of that class A, and we'll print, simply call that method obj.msg, and we will print hello on the console. Why? Because for the public definition of the public access modifier says that it can be accessed from within the class, outside the class, within the package, outside the package. Everywhere you can access that data members if you declare it as a public. Okay, so this is pretty much about the access modifiers in Java. We will see you in the next one video. Thank you. Hello and welcome back to the new video of the Java tutorial series. So today we have completed the OOPS concepts, and now it's time for the exercise. So exercise on OOPS concepts. Head over to this link. Just type this link in your browser and you will be redirected to this page, which is HackerRank page. And here you can see some basic challenges on the OOPS concepts in a Java inheritance 1, Java inheritance 2, abstract class, interfaces, method overriding, method overriding 2, instance of keyword. So you can try solve these questions on your own, but I will be taking for the first 5 questions of this uh, challenges, and you can try all these challenges by, you can also try easy, medium and hard. You can set difficulty level as whatever you want. I'll be solving easy ones, and so in this video we will be talking Java inheritance 1 and Java inheritance 2 solution to these problems. Okay, so the problem statement is, using inheritance, one class can acquire the properties of others. Consider the following animal class. So they have given us an animal class which has one method void walk, and which is printing I am walking, and this class has only one method walk. And next time we want to create a bird class that also has a fly method. We do this using extend keywords. Okay, so they have created one more class, a bird, which extends the animal and which has its own method fly, and I'm flying is the print statement which is written inside this fly method. And finally we create the bird object that can both fly and walk. Okay, so they have one class solution inside which they have written main method, and inside main method they have created the object of the bird class, and using that object they have called walk and fly method. And obviously this way two methods will print I am walking and I am flying. This means that a bird object has all the properties that animal object has, as well as some additional unique properties. Okay, the code above is provided for you in the editor. You must add a sing method to the bird class, then modify this main method accordingly so that the code prints the following line. Okay, so the expected output should be I am walking, I am flying and I am singing. Okay, so they have provided us this code editor. Okay, and we are expected to write one more method for the bird class, which is sing method, as you can see over here. Okay, so we will write something void sing, and inside this method we will simply write system dot out dot println, and inside this method I will write what we have to write. I am singing. I will copy this string and paste it over here. Okay, this is the method that they asked to write. Okay, and then modify the main method accordingly so that the code prints the following lines. Okay, so I have to modify the solution class also, and here bird.sing is there. Okay, now I guess it should print I'm singing. I'm submitting the code. Before that I will run the code. Okay, let me just log in through my Google account. Now it's okay, and now I will run the code. Okay, sample test case 0 is passed. I'm walking, I'm flying, I'm singing, and the expected output should was also the same. Now I will submit the code. Yes, compiler message success. Now we congratulations. So you have solved this challenge. Okay, so this is about the Java inheritance one problem. We will look into the Java inheritance second problem also. Wait, let me open this in new tab. Okay. Okay, for the Java inheritance second problem, the problem statement is write the following code in your code editor below. A class name arithmetic with the method name add that takes two integer as a parameter and returns the integer denoting their sum. Okay, so let me write it down here. Comment what we have to do. Okay, we have to write one class name arithmetic. Okay, class arithmetic. Inside that class, we have to write one method name as add. One method should be there. Method add, which accepts two parameters int comma int, two integer parameters, and then it returns the sum, and it is returning the sum of the two numbers. Okay, and a class name adder that inherits from a superclass name arithmetic. Okay, class name adder. One adder class should be there. One adder class. Adder class which inherits the properties of the arithmetic class. Okay, so we have inherits the arithmetic class. Okay, and your classes should not be public. Okay, so we don't have to write a class as a public because one class is already declared as a public, which is solution. Okay, the input format is you are not responsible for reading any input from this stdin. A log code stub will be test your submission by calling the add method. Okay, this is the normal, and output format should be you are not responsible for printing anything to std out. Your add method must return the sum of its parameter. Okay, the sample output they have given as my superclass is arithmetic and 42 13 is 20. Okay, okay, so write your code here. Okay, so first of all let me create one arithmetic class. Okay, abstract arithmetic abstract class class arithmetic, and inside this class I will write public abstract int add, and this is going to accept two parameters final int a and final int b. Okay, so this is the abstract method, so I don't need to write the body of this method. That's so okay, and now I have to declare one another method or class. Okay, inside this solution class I will just wait, I can't edit inside this solution class. Okay, let me create my own class in IntelliJ IDEA. I will name it as inheritance 2. I will get my main method and I will simply copy my arithmetic class that I have written over here. Copy, paste. Okay, now we have implemented the arithmetic and we have also implemented the add method, which returns the sum. And now we have to override this method inside our public method, that is public class, sorry, inheritance 2. So we'll write public int add, and which accepts two parameter, final int a comma final int b, and it performs simply the addition of the two numbers. It will return a plus b. Okay, and one more thing, it is extends this arithmetic class. Okay, now it's okay. Now inside our main method we will simply create the object of this inheritance class. Inheritance to obj1 is equals to new inheritance, and using this object we will call this add method. To call this method we will simply write obj1 dot add, and we'll pass two numbers. Let's suppose two numbers can be anything, 10 comma 20. Okay, now I guess that is the work that we have to do inside this problem statement. We have to just uh, create one abstract class arithmetic and one abstract method which will simply perform addition of the two numbers, and that we have done over here. And we will create one object of that class and we'll call it and pass the parameters. Okay, now I will run this method, run this class, sorry, not method. And wait, I have to I have to write this entire code inside one print statement because the method doesn't printing anything. Okay, and I will simply copy this and paste inside a print statement. And now if I run this question class, Java class, 30 is getting printed on the console. Yes, because the addition of the 20 and 10 is 30. So this is pretty much about this problem statement Java inheritance 2. Okay, so we'll discuss other problems also, Java abstract, Java interface, Java method overriding 2 in our upcoming video. So thank you for watching this video. Hello and welcome back to the new video of the Java tutorial series. So this is the continued video to the exercise that we have started in our previous video. So we have solved the two problems, Java inheritance 1 and Java inheritance 2, in our previous video. So in this video we will be talking about abstract class, Java interface, and Java method overriding problem. Okay, so for the first problem, Java abstract class. Abstract class is a okay. This is the formal definition of the abstract class. You read it. We have also done it in our previous video. Okay, the following is an example of the abstract class. So they have given one example for the abstract class. Okay, and if you try to create an instance of this class like the following, you will get an error. Okay, okay. Now you have to create another class that extends the abstract class, then you can create the instance of the new class. And notice that set title method is abstract 2 and has no body. Okay, set title is abstract and has no body. Okay, and that means you must implement that body of the method inside the child class. Okay, we have to implement this. In the editor we have provided the abstract class book and main class. In the main class we created an instance of the class called mybook, and your task is to just write the mybook class. Okay, sample input is a tale of the two cities, and the sample output is a title is a tale of the two cities. Okay, so I got some idea. Okay, and let me get into my idea. I will create a new class. Okay, Java exercise problem 3. Okay, let me increase the font size. I will put my main method now. Okay, so they have created the abstract class book. Okay, so we have to create one abstract class book. Okay, so abstract class book, and inside that one string for holding the title of the book, title, and then one abstract method, as they have said, abstract void set title. Okay, and one it accepting one string parameter. Yes, okay, abstract class we have written, and we will write one string get title for receiving the title, and inside this we'll simply write return, not capital, return the title. Okay, so we are returning the title over here, and wait a minute, one small typo is okay. Now it's okay. We'll write another class name as book. So class, not book, my book, which extends this book class, and inside this we have to give the implementation of the set title method. So over here I will write public set title, and I will pass the parameter as string title. Okay, set title, I am getting error. Current required type must be declared abstract. Okay, now we are implementing that. Okay, the return time should be there now. Void set title. Okay, now it's okay, and this dot title is equals to title. Okay, this is about the set title method. Now inside my main method I will create the object of the my book class. Obj is equals to new obj my book, and I will call this method obj dot set title, and I will simply first receive the title from the user. For that I have to declare one string variable tle title. Initially it is empty string, and after that I will receive the input from the user. For receiving the input I have to create one object of the scanner class. Scanner sc is equals to new scanner system.in. Okay, now I will set the title value to sc dot next. Now it's okay, and I will pass that title to this method. Okay, okay, and what it's returning, get title. Okay, so we have to get this method also. Now to receive this method I will just simply copy this method and will print it over here, get title, and I will simply call one print statement, and inside this print statement I will write obj dot get title. Okay, and before that I will concat it with one string, that is the title of the book is this. Okay, now if I run this, first it will ask me for the title of the book. Okay, so what they have given to us. The title, the tale of the two cities. I will simply copy it and I will paste it over here and enter. A title of the book is A object. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. What am I missing over here? The title of the book is A. Oh, wait. Next, next line it should be. Now, if I run it again, and I will give it the same. Now it's okay. So the error was in this one. If you write next, it will get only the one word, first word, and whenever it receives the space, it will just s- ignore that part. To get that whole string, you have to write sc dot next line. Okay. So now here you can see we are giving one input as a title of the notebook. Sorry, not notebook, book, and we are receiving the title of the book is a tale of the two cities. Okay, so that is the part that we have to do. Okay, right. Moving forward to the next one, Java interfaces, and okay, so what they have given is this is the overview of this whole problem. Java interface can contain only signature and the fields one. Okay, so you read it. I have read already. You just pause the video and read it. So what we have to do is, here you can see you are given with the interface advanced arithmetic which contains a method signature, okay, int divisor sum, and you need to write a class called my calculator which implements the interface. Okay, we have to implement the interface, and the divider sum function just takes an integer as an input and return the sum of all its divisor. Okay, so the divisor of 6 are 1, 2, 3 and 6, and the sum of the divisors are 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 6 is equals to 12. So we have to return this. Okay, and to do so, we have given over here and read the partially completed code in the editor, complete it. Okay, so let me create one class name as advanced arithmetic. Okay, sorry for comment. Okay, and I will import my main method. I will get it over here, and I have to write one this, what we can say, interface. I guess they have written interface already. Okay, I will just copy this interface from here and I will paste it over here. Okay, wait, I is not getting it. Now it's okay. Let me format it. So over here I have copied this interface from here, and now inside my arithmetic advanced arithmetics class, I need to implement, I guess, that one. Okay, so I will write public int, let me just copy this part, name of the method which accepting the parameter of integer n, and inside this I will write int. I need one variable known as sum. 0 I will initialize with, and I will inside my for loop it will start from int d is equals to 1 whenever d is less than n, and each time I will be doing d plus plus. Okay, and inside this for loop I will check if that n in mod d equals to 0. If it's so, sum is equals to sum plus is equals to d. Okay, and after that, after running the for loop, I will just simply return this sum. Okay, so this is pretty much that we have to. Okay, wait. Why it's throwing the error? Let me check. Okay, class advanced arithmetics is public and should be declared inside the advanced arithmetics dot java. Okay, wait, I know the error. Now it's okay. The file name and the class name is different, that's why the IntelliJ IDE is showing the errors. Okay, and inside the main method, uh, I will just create the object of this class, and using that object I will just call dividend sum, and I will pass the same value that they have given. Okay, so they have given 6 as an input, so let me give it as 6 as an input, and I will pass it. And this method is returning the sum, so I have to write this whole thing inside one print statement so that the return value can be printed on the console. Okay, so if I right click and click on run, the 12 should be yeah, 12 is printing on the console. So this problem is also done. Okay, so I hope you can solve this remaining problems. If I can solve also, so I want you to solve, give it a try to solve these questions. Check out the discussion forum if you got stuck anywhere in between. Check out the leaderboard submissions. Your previous submission should become here. Any editorial will be open. Don't open the editorial, you will see the answer directly. uh, First try to answer these questions, try to get the solution, and I hope you enjoyed this exercise, and thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next